guys from the Retro Addicts. I know it's been a while since we've done anything, but recently had a family member in the hospital, so there's been, you know, a bit of time there that, you know, we ain't been too concerned with, you know, making new videos, trying to get them out. Just, you know, personal family matters. Y'all know how, you know, I'm sure all y'all know exactly how that can be. But over the last couple of weeks, it's just been, I've been having stuff to do, Noah's been having stuff to do, and we just hadn't been able to get together and film. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to make this video and show some, you know, my pickups over the last, you know, since our last pickups video, what I've gotten since then. And later on, Noah is going to make his pickups video since, you know, everything he's gotten since the last video. But gotten a fair amount of stuff. Don't really remember prices right off the top of my head for a lot of it, but I'll try my best. Alright, I'm going to try to go system by system and show what I have, and I reckon I got a few new consoles as well. I reckon I will start with what I've gotten for Nintendo. Try to save the consoles for last. My wife is a huge Mario fan, so we found Yoshis Cookie with the manual at a new little store. They sell mainly books, but a little area up front they have old, you know, vinyl records, cassette tapes, 8-tracks, bunch of collectibles, you know, comic books, Star Wars, etc., and some video games. Now they're pretty well eBay priced. I think we paid $7.99 plus tax for this one, but it was Yoshi Mario related. My wife wanted it, so we got it. At a pawn shop nearby, picked up for $5. Picked up Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest. And $5, I didn't think that was too horrible, especially considering what I got at the exact same pawn shop. For $5, I got Gold Cart Legend of Zelda with manual. I was so excited to see this because the same day, not 30 minutes apart, the same store that we got this Yoshi's Cookie from had a Gold Cart Legend of Zelda marked at $24. So it's like, well, I want the game, but I'm not willing to drop that much money. If I was going to pay that much, I'd go pick it up off of, you know, pick it up on eBay and just save my gas and run around. And we actually wasn't planning on stopping in this pawn shop. You know, I just drove by. I was like, well, you know what, let's just drop in here just to see what they might have. And sure enough, we got Castlevania 2 and Legend of Zelda for $5 a piece. Right. Next, I'm going to move on to, let's do Game Boy. I don't got much from Game Boy. I got Conker's Pocket Tales. $7.95, but I got it at Game Exchange when they're doing the buy 3 for $7.95 or less, get 1 free. Sorry, freaking dogs. Go! Hey! Oh, and Game Boy Color, I got Bionic Commando Elite Forces for $5.95. Now let's see what it move on. Well, let's go on to Game Gear now. Alright, Game Gear. Got all these at the my local Game Exchange, all for $1.95 a piece. For some, you know, Game Gear's not real. You know, not a lot of people collect for Game Gear, so all the games for it are cheap. It's one reason I really love collecting for it. But all these games were $1.95 at Game Exchange. I got X-Men, NBA Jam, Alien 3, Miss Pac-Man, Sonic Drift 2, and I thought I had it somewhere. Somewhere I also have Shinobi 2. Oh, it's still in my Game Gear. My buddy was playing it the other day. And it's like, yeah, I got Shinobi 2 as well for the Game Gear. Alright, I guess we'll move on to Genesis now. A guy I bought something from that I'll show you in just a minute. He also had a bunch of just loose Sega Genesis games in a box when I went to pick up the other item. I was like, how much you want for the, you know, Genesis games there? He said, $4 a piece. So I was like, okay, why not? I actually wound up getting all three of these for $10 because we didn't have change. But my wife wanted Clue. Whatever, okay. That's something else to add to the collection anyway. I got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Combining two things from my childhood, so why not? Got Ranger X. Then from Game Exchange, I got a completely ripped to shreds copy of Cool Spot. I don't think I paid but like 99 cents for it because it was so shredded. But I enjoyed the game back in the day. I was like, well, for 99 cents, even if it is ripped up, who cares? I'll get a label upgrade sometime in the future. I got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, which has finally finished out my Sonic collection for the Genesis. Sonic 3 I got off of eBay. That came with another copy of Mortal Kombat 1, which I already have Mortal Kombat, all the Mortal Kombats complete in box. Well, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 on Genesis, anyway. And I picked Sonic 3 and Mortal Kombat up for somewhere around $10, so about $5 a piece. I didn't think that was horrible. And Sonic and Knuckles, I got desperate and just bought it off of eBay for $8.98. So just because I finally got a good deal on a Sonic 3, I was like, you know, I've been searching for Sonic and Knuckles for months, and I just wanted to get it and get the collection done with. At a local thrift store, they had a sale. All yellow tags were 50% off this day. And this was actually a yellow tag item. Marked it at originally $1.98, but I got it for, you know, right at $1. But it's Championship Pool, complete in box on Genesis. And the game looks like it has never seen the inside of a console ever. I haven't even put it in, you know, a console yet. But there is zero dust in it. I mean, seriously, it looks like you just opened it. There's no, you know, scratching or anything on the, you know, the contacts from being put in or out of a, you know, console, anything. You know, completely dust free and perfect condition. I'm like, you know what? Why not? If I ever get a multi-tap, you can, you know, 1 to 8 players. It's a, you know, little game to pass some time with some friends with. Alright. On Gamecube, which I actually went out and bought a Gamecube. So I have a Gamecube now. I had a Wii, but why not have this, and just that way if somebody wants to, you know, I get about two TVs hooked up, somebody wants to play the Wii, and somebody else can play the GameCube. But on GameCube, my wife wanted Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so we picked that up. Just a bad game, but she wanted it, so we picked it up. But we also picked up, I can't reach the case right now, or I'd go grab it, but we also picked up Luigi's Mansion. So at least we have a good game for the collection. This isn't exactly new by no means. I've had it, but I've just recently dug it out of storage. But I got my PlayStation 2 out of storage, and many years ago, which is the main reason this went into storage to begin with, but many years ago, my brother had an accident in his home, and his home burnt down. And at the time, I had loaned him all of my PlayStation 2 games, and they were lost in the fire. So I just kind of shoved this into storage and never did anything with it since. But now I've started to, you know, decided to go back and start collecting, you know, some of my older games again. So it's, you know, so I picked up Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I think it was $4 or $5 at Game Exchange. Game Exchange, this one came from Game Exchange for $5.95. Crash Nitro Kart. Again, this one came from Game Exchange for $5.95. And it is Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. I loved all the Matt Hoffmans. They mirror Tony Hawk, so I want to try to get all those again. This came from Game Exchange for $2.95. It's Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, which I love the Metal Gear series, so I just thought, you know, might as well go on and pick that up. This, Final Fantasy 12, I actually just found. You know, it was hiding in storage, so I don't even remember where I got it from or how much it was to begin with, but hey, I ain't gonna complain. And the last one here, Gran Turismo 3, a friend of mine actually was digging through his closet and found some of his old stuff. He found a 16 megabyte memory card. This game, well, he actually found a lot of other games, but it was nothing I was interested in. It was like Shrek and Cabela's Hunting or whatever, you know. Nothing I was personally interested in, but I loved Gran Turismo, so I wanted it. Found a 16 megabyte memory card and a third-party Pelican controller that I bought from him. Bought all three of them from him for $2. So bought the memory card, the controller, and the game for $3 or $2, something like that. I don't remember. So, you know, why not? And I guess this will be last but not least. The guy I picked up those 3 Genesis games from, what I was going to actually buy from him was this Nintendo 64 and a pretty decent little stack of games for $40. And 2 controllers, but one of the controllers had a broken Z button. I was aware of that and didn't really care. I wanted a 64, and it's, you know, getting a little hard to find them at a decent price, you know, just for console alone. And this one, it doesn't have the expansion, but it does have the jumper pack, so I still got to find me an expansion pack somewhere down the line at a decent price. But what I got with the console when I bought it, was a pretty decent little lot of games. I mean, it wasn't spectacular, but I got Quest 64, Mission Impossible, Blitz 2001, Wave Race 64, and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. He also had several sports titles that I didn't care for, so they're in the same day. I went to took them over to Game Exchange and just traded them in for credit. But also at a pawn shop, I picked up San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing for like $3, I think. I picked up Excite Bike 64 for $4.95 from Game Exchange, part of that credit from where I traded in those sport titles. For $4.95, picked up Beetle Adventure Racing. If you've never played this, it's actually a very underrated racing game for the 64. It's pretty fun. If you've never played it, it's cheap. They're easy to find. Go pick up a copy and give it a run through. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. At a different pawn shop, they always, walk in, they always have a cardboard box full of just old games. Sega, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, just, old cartridge-based games. But for $3, I picked up Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. And then last, at Game Exchange for, I think, $4, I picked up our first Turok Dinosaur Hunter. And obviously I don't have it here right now, but at a different pawn shop in the next town over, I found a complete working Vectrex for $100 that I have put on layaway. So within the next couple of weeks, I'll have that. Oh crap, yeah. I also picked up a bunch of other Nintendo games that I haven't even shown, and Super Nintendo. So let me take you off here and I'll take you up to my rack and show you that. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you can see this, but I picked up Strider on NES. My brother bought me Bayou Billy for my birthday, so I got that. We picked up Nightshade, The Guardian Legend, $3 a piece on those. Zanak, I think, yeah, $5 on it. Codename Viper, I think I gave $5 for it as well. Up here I have Joust. Down there. And right here I have Section Z. And I also picked up Gauntlet on original Nintendo. Super Nintendo, I picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. Nope, that's an old one. Let's see, is this? Yeah, Super Mario World for $6.95. That's not a bad price on that. Yes, Uniracers. Fun little game. I enjoyed it. I think I paid $5 for it as well. Yes. Stunt Race FX. It's a pretty neat game. I enjoyed it when I was younger. Mrs. Pac-Man. I don't remember if I showed that yet or not. Pretty sure I already showed that. Pretty sure I showed that. I don't know if we got this or not, showed this or not, but Mario is missing. And I'm pretty sure, yep, that's going to be it. Alright, well, this is Chris from the Retro Addicts. Sorry for, just the unorganized mess of this video, but Still got a lot of stuff that I have to take care of today. So this was pretty quick because I want to try to get content, you know, more and more content on our thing. So appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.